us as a team. I don't know that many people a month ago thought that we'd be in this situation and have this scenario to have the opportunity to continue our season. And what better way to do it than to play for the I-64 trophy and play against our in-state rivals, Weve and Mary. I mean, they're a great football team. Well coached. Coach Laycock's been there forever, done a great job forever, and we're looking forward to getting on the bus on Saturday morning and going to Williamsburg to accept the challenge.
I know you've been gone for a couple of years, but it's not a Capital Cup. I-64 trophies no longer.
Yeah, sorry.
Questions?
I mean, I am who I am, Mike.
Hey, Coach Scott, what do you see when you look at William and Mary in general?
You just see continuity. You see balance. They haven't changed a heck of a lot over the years. They don't make a lot of mistakes on offense. They don't make a lot of mistakes on defense. They're a well-coached football team. If you look at it, they've got 10 turnovers on the season, and they're not going to beat themselves. I think they're physical on defense. They have big playability on offense, and we're going to have to make plays on both sides of the ball to be competitive.
Obviously, there's a lot of speculation regarding the playoffs. Are you confident that 7-4 would get you in? I
don't know that you could be 100% confident about anything. We've told our team that if we win this game, we expect to be in the playoffs, and no matter what, our goal is to go to Williamsburg and win the football game.
I know you and Jimmy don't go that far back, but is there any intimidation at all to looking across the field and seeing a guy that started coaching when you were 4 years old? I mean,
no.
It happens when you're as young as you are, but really, Jimmy is like the model that a lot of other programs, maybe even Richmond, are looking to emulate on some levels.
Definitely. I don't think there's any intimidation. I think, you have to admire Coach Laycock for what he's done, but, I'm a competitive person too, and at some point, you appreciate what he's done, but, my job is to go down there and have my team prepared to try to beat his team on Saturday.
Does what you have been through with your quarterbacks this year give you any sort of insight or empathy? I think I got to ask this question a couple weeks ago about another team, but to what they're going through, because I think you both may be relying on your eighth-string quarterback on Saturday at some point.
Well, honestly, we've got enough of our own problems here at Richmond that it's tough to empathize, for anyone. We worry about ourselves and, we take care of ourselves. And, we're glad that, John's back and playing and, hopefully he plays better this week.
In the past, you have always had to worry about their offense because they have been an offensive-minded team. But in the last couple of years, they have really worked on their defensive side of the ball, and it shows in, I think their takeaway ratio is the best it's ever been for a long time. Their defense is one of the best in the country. How much more does that give you to worry about on a Saturday when in the past maybe you only had to worry about winning a shootout? You can't worry about that anymore.
Well, I think it makes those guys multifaceted. I mean, for years, Coach Laycock's always been great on offense, and now Bob Shoop's come in and created a defense that's attacking. They create turnovers. They're physical. They do all the things that you want a good defense to do. I think they're very similar to our defense in the way that they play and how physical that they are.
Coach, you said that they take care of the ball very well. You guys really haven't taken care of the ball all that well here the past couple of games. Is that something you're stressing this week, that this is a game that you're going to have to not turn the ball over?
Well, it may not look like it, but we've stressed it all season long. It's nothing that we're just going to start talking about this week. But we've got to do a better job as a staff of putting our kids in better situations. Putting them in predicaments that they have less decisions to make, and overall we've got to take care of the ball better. But it's no magic bean that we've just come up with this week. We tell these guys all the time, if you take care of the ball, you win. And this is a top-ranked football team, and we're going to have to do it if we're going to stay in the football game.
Do you look at the James Madison film from William and Mary last week as something that was an aberration for the Tribe, or something that you can use to exploit on Saturday?
I think they just struggled to tackle Daquan Scott. It wasn't anything unsound about it. It wasn't anything that they had done any differently. I think James Madison played well on offense, and Daquan played an outstanding game, and William and Mary uncharacteristically couldn't tackle him. So I think obviously we see some things schematically that we can do, but I think that's just one person that James Madison had that was very good on that day.
You have a lot of rivalries in the CAA, but this is one of, if not the biggest. Can you just talk about this rivalry a little bit?
It's great. I mean, the stadium's sold out down there. We're very similar schools academically. We're very similar schools athletically and what we're able to do. A lot of tradition, both places. And like I said, their coach is an institution in FCS football, and we're just proud to be able to play with them. But our part of the deal is we've been successful against William & Mary, and this senior group has never lost to them, and I don't think these guys expect to.
With the seniors, do you approach it as a? Is it tough to approach the seniors and be like, win to keep your season going, or do you sort of put that aside and just say, just win this next game?
It's been the same way for about the last month. These kids aren't, they aren't, idiots. They understand. They've understood for a while what we've had at stake, and it's been kind of win or go home for a while. So, these kids know exactly what we need to do to put ourselves in an opportunity to continue to play and stay together.
Do you think William & Mary has anything to worry about playoff-wise? And does that change how maybe they approach this?
No, Coach Laycock's going to try to win the football game no matter what. He's not going to try to lose to Richmond on purpose just for the sake of him saying that he's already in the playoffs. He's as competitive as there is, and we expect those guys to come out fighting.
Last weekend, the jumbo package of Parker and McBride down at the goal line worked well after getting stopped 4 times at JMU. Is that something that you be continued going on through William & Mary?
Maybe, maybe not. It's something that's definitely good for us. Obviously we're trying to get our best 11 football players on the field at all times, and if the opportunity presents itself, you could definitely see those guys in the game again.
And can you talk about how much leadership that shows, taking 2 of the best defensive players and putting them in an offensive role and having them succeed at it?
It just shows that those guys are really good football players and that they're willing to do anything that it takes to win. We've used Justin on offense all season long, and he's been able to handle all that stuff, and just to have the ability to have guys that are talented enough to be able to play on both sides of the ball says a lot about the talent that those guys have.
Anything else?
Sort of an unrelated topic. Do you want a new surface on your stadium? It's been 6 years now, and obviously taken a lot of wear.
I'll put it this way: it's a little bit different from some of the other surfaces in the league, and if we're able to do that at some point, I'm certain that our administration will take care of it.